guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Y'all, let's have some more fantastic fun in the round. Stay tuned. So for those of you who are watching this video, you dropped by just to check it out and see what everything was all about, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll keep saying it, you will not be disappointed. On this channel, we have paper crafting for all levels of crafters. From beginner to advanced, you will find something challenging for you on this channel. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button. You will not be disappointed. So guys, remember in a previous video, we made the round boxes. Well, we're going to do another take on that today. We're going to use the same process, but this time we're going to do something a little bit different with them. And I'll bring this in and show you what it is. Isn't that stinking cute? This is another one of the round tube boxes, but this time we are turning it into a self-closing tube. So based on how we score it, it is no longer just a tube. We now have it so that it self-locks, and that way you can give it as a filled gift, or you can make these and keep them for yourself, however you want to do it. And then I have this one blinged out with a poinsettia that my sister Denise made. She's been making rosettes and she's been making poinsettias, and I think this is just an awesome way to dress this particular project. And the poinsettia is just beautiful. So we are about to make this, and we're going to make this in 3 different sizes so that you will have some crafting options available to you. So to make today's project, we are going to be using 3 sizes of paper. We are going to have one that measures 6 by 8, one that measures 8 by 10, and one that measures 12 by 12. And all of these papers are just absolutely gorgeous. This is Prima Graphic 45, and this one is from AC Moore. So I am going to bring in my scoreboard, and we're going to go ahead and score all of these at the same time. So starting with the one that measures 6 by 8, we're going to put it in on the 6-inch side, and let's score it at 1/2 inch. And then the one that measures 8 by 10, we are going to place it in on the 8-inch side, and we're going to score it at 1/2 inch. And then our 12 by 12, we are going to score it at 3/4 of an inch. And for all of these, the process of getting our slits at the bottom will be the same. We are going to make sure that we fold and burnish the score mark first so that we will have a crisp stopping point on making those slits. And isn't the back of this paper gorgeous also? We could have gone either way with this, but I am going to be working with another one of the poinsettias that my sister is making, and I'm going to place it against this black and white so that we can have that pop. So here's what we need to do. Here's the score mark. So we need to start making slits below the score mark, just like we did on the other one. So you're going to make a cut up to the score mark every 1/8 of an inch. And this is the secret to getting nice looking round boxes, or getting your paper to curve if you want to create something that's got like a circular shape to it. This is the best way to do it. So you do this all the way across the bottom. And this is the same process that I will be using on the other 2 pieces that I scored, so I am going to do those pieces off camera, but I'll do this piece with you guys. So let's just keep scoring. And on the one that we made yesterday, I mentioned that it would make some great home decor, and it will. Y'all remember the snowman series that I was making last year? Well, I am going to make some snowmen using the tube shape, and we'll be making those very, very soon. So I think that they will be great for your home decor at Christmas, or you can fill them with all types of goodies and give them away. And whoever you give them away to can use them as home decor. So we are almost at the end. I've just got a few more slits to make, and I'm making sure that I am not cutting too wide because I do want everything to look nice and finished when we get ready to tape this together. All right, so we've got all of that cut out at the bottom. And like I said, if you have some of the fringe scissors or you have a way of cutting out your fringe, it'll save you a lot of time on this step. But you know what? Going through this process is worth it because in the end, you have a gorgeous finished box or bag, whatever it is you want to call it. So I am going to set this one to the side, go ahead and do the exact same process to the other two, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have cut out the fringed bottoms of all of my pieces, and now we're going to put them together. So on the large one, the 12 by 12, the end opposite the fringe, let's go ahead and just score this at 1 because that's going to give us a nice bordered top. Then we're going to take the one that is 8 by 10, and on the 8-inch side, opposite the fringe, we're going to score this at 1 as well. Then we'll take the little 6 by 8, and on the 6-inch side, opposite that fringe, we're going to score that at 1/2 inch. Now let's fold and burnish all of those scores. And now that we have them all folded and burnished, we are going to take tape and these fold over flaps, we're going to lay them all down using tape, or you can use glue. I prefer to use tape for stuff like this, but you can use glue. So I am just going to run my tape from end to end. Lift it up. And fold it over, just like that. I'll do the other two and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're working with the 12 by 12. So when you have your 1-inch folded over and the fringe at the bottom, this is what you're going to be left with. Now what I'm going to do to mine is I am going to take my spatula, you can use whatever you have, and I'm just going to pull it because what I want is for the end to start to curl. And that's going to give us a more natural round shape. So now that I have this little curl, you can see it, I am going to flip this over and place 1/2 inch tape on just one side. So I'm going to start at the edge and go all the way down to the score mark and stop. I am not going to place any tape beyond the score mark. So once we have that down, let's go ahead and peel it up. Now we can take this because we have a little curve to it. So what I'm going to do to put it together is make sure that I'm starting here at the top, and I want my tops to meet. So once I have the tops together, I can just take my hand and feed it all the way down. Then I can go on the inside, and I'm going to use my little baby spatula, go on the inside to get that stuck. And you can see that I have a very nice circular shape. So on the bottom, this is where we're going to fold in those fringe pieces, but we're not going to do that right now. We're going to go ahead and put all 3 boxes together, and then we'll do this part. So I am going to bring in that little 6 by 8, and I am simply curling it. And I'll do the same thing. I'm going to take my tape, place it on one end, all the way down to the fringe, and stop at the fringe. And then I'll peel this up. And now I'll take this piece, and I'm going to get it stuck and matched up at the top. And then I'll take it, and I am just going to feed it down just like that. So what we're creating, we're basically creating some different sizes so that you guys will have some wonderful options for being able to gift these little cuties. And isn't that adorable? This actually looks like a toilet paper roll. I think it might be a little bit larger here, but it's really cute, and it's going to be even cuter when we turn it into a self-locking bag. So now let's bring in the last one, and this one is the 8 by 10, and I used the graphic 45 paper on it, and I'm going to do that same curl, and then I'll flip it over, and we're going to add our tape. And hopefully you guys are finding this rounding process to be very easy, because you end up with something absolutely gorgeous and amazing. So now let's take this one as our last one. We're going to do the same process. So let's match it up and get it stuck down from the top to the bottom. And just like with that Prima paper, this graphic 45 is absolutely gorgeous. So I am going to punch in those sides just like that. And now we have a gorgeous, gorgeous favor bag or goodie bag, gift bag, whatever you want to put in it. So we have our bottom like this, and this is how the bottom is on all 3 of our bags. So what we need to do is I have already cut out some little circle pieces. And all I did is I found different sizes and I used those to cut out my circles. Now what you use is completely up to you. You can use a circle cutting tool. You can use a stencil. You can use your Cricut. You can use whatever it is you want to use to get the circle size that you need. I know that not everybody has access to all of the fancy cutting tools. This is a very rustic and very elementary way of getting a circle cut out for the bottom of your bag that looks passable and decent. And I think this does work out well. All right, so once you've decided on whatever circle shape it is you want to use for your tracing, all I did was a rough trace all the way around, and that gives me one. And then what I did is I folded it over, and I'm not cutting this out big enough, but I folded it over so that when I cut, instead of having one shape, I'll have 2, and then I just traced inside of that circle to cut it out. So you can cover yours in decorative paper if you want. I decided not to, so all I'm going to do is take my glue, place my glue all over this piece, just like that, and then I'm going to put it down and then shape it just to make sure that I'm still holding that round shape. So just squeeze it in your hands if it becomes misshapen. And then once you have the shape that you like, use your ruler, spatula, whatever it is you want, and you might have to squeeze it again because as you're pressing down, it might actually start losing its shape. And then we're going to take our inside piece, place glue all over it, and then we're going to take that inside piece and get it stuck down on the inside, just like that. Then I'll use my stylus just to go on the inside and get that press. And that's what really helps to sandwich in those fringe pieces between the two layers of chipboard. So now we have this one done. Going to set this one to the side. Isn't that cute? And we are going to do the other one. All right, guys, so now we're going to do the little cutie, which is a 6x8. So I am going to take my glue, place it all over this piece, and put it down just like I did the other one. So I'll use my baby spatula here just to kind of feed that glue. But again, if your shape isn't what you want it to be, just start squeezing it in your hand and you can get that round shape back. So then I'm going to do the same thing with the inside. I will take some glue, place it on my circle, and then I'm going to take my circle, put it on the inside, and then I'll need to use my stylus to kind of punch it into position. And then once I have it in position, I'll use my stylus again just to get that glue worked in. Make sure that I'm holding that round shape still. And unfortunately, I can't get my fingers inside of there, but we have number 2, so we're going to let that one dry, and we are going to finish up with our tall boy here. So again, we've got the bottom just like that. I've got my circles already cut out for this one. So I am going to take my glue, place it all over my circle, then I'll put it on top just like that. And then I'm going to have to shape this. So I'm going to bring this to me for just a minute, shape it, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have the bottom of the tall boy on. So I am going to flip it over, and I am going to add glue to the inside piece, and we're going to place it down. And we are really in the home stretch of constructing these, and then we get to decorate. So once I have my glue on, I can take my hand, place that on the inside, just like that. And then I'm just going to make sure that I go around to get everything nice and stuck. So now that I have all 3 done, I can take my spatula if I need to and just go along the bottom and do some burnishing, because that actually helps to clean it up. If you have any pieces that are jutting out, I don't on this one. Let me check this one. And this one actually looks pretty good too. But if you do have any pieces that didn't quite lay down the way that you want it, go ahead and just add a little bit of burnishing with your spatula, ruler, whatever you have that can just sort of help you to polish that out nice and smoothly. Our 3 cylinders, and we are going to turn these into self-locking bags. So the way that we do it is wherever you've joined them, that's the back. So we're going to take our hand and we're just going to pinch it. And for those of you who might have made the boxes in a bag project a while back, we're pinching it just like you would pinch that out. Now pinching it this way seriously helps it to stay closed and locks it. Then we're going to bring in our scoreboard. I'm going to place it in the scoreboard, and I am going to give this a score at 1 1/4. And I'll flip it to the opposite side and give it a score at 1 1/4. And the measurement that I'm giving you here is just for this bag. It's not the measurement that you're going to use on the other bags. All right, guys, so once you have your score mark going across the top, that really is just a separator, more of a decorative score than anything. But when you need to open it, you just open it like that, just like this. And then when you close it, it stays closed. If you want to add a paper clip or clothespin, you certainly can, but you know what? You don't need to. So let's go ahead and do this one. This was the one that we made into a 6x8. So here is where I joined it in the back. We are simply going to take it and squeeze it just like that. Then we're going to lay it in our scoreboard, and we're going to score at 1 all the way across. Then we're going to rotate it to the opposite side and score at 1. And you're going through 2 layers pretty much, so make sure that you put some pressure on it. And now you can see just how cute that is. Whether you're having a wedding or a birthday party, a bridal shower, whatever the occasion is, this is a perfect party favor. It is the right size. You don't have to put too much in it, but you put enough in it to really make an impression. But it's the size and the shape that really does make this stand out. So we now have our second cutie all done. And now we're going to take our tall boy. Same process. We are going to squeeze on the sides, just like this. Then we're going to place it in the scoreboard. And this time we are going to score at 1 3/4 inch from end to end. Then let's flip it over and score at 1 3/4 inch again. And now when you open this one up, you can take it and snap it closed just like that. And you can put all types of goodies in this because, guys, this is large. Again, this is about 11 inches tall, 3 inches in circumference, and then you've got all of this space up here that actually flares out. But you have plenty of room to be able to do so many wonderful things with these projects. And you know what we're about to do with this? We are about to decorate these. All right, guys, so here is what I'm going to be decorating with. I am using various flowers on the paper, but these poinsettias go with anything that I am crafting. They're gorgeous. My sister is actually here in the studio with me, and she is making these flowers while I am making this video. So she's actually making the embellishments that I'm about to start using on the video live and in person. So say hello, Sister Denise.
Hey, y'all.
Hopefully y'all heard her because she's on the other side of the room, but she is in here crafting her little heart out. So we are going to take some of the flowers that she made and start decorating. And when you have something as gorgeous as a flower like this, guys, you don't need any more embellishment. All I would need on this is a tag. You don't want to over embellish when you're working with something that's already a gorgeous embellishment. Don't take away from it. If you wanted to add anything else, you could pop a pearl dot in the center, but that would be it for me, and a tag. So on my original one, I placed the bow at the top. On this one, I'm going to place the bow right here at the bottom. So I am going to grab my glue and I am going to place some glue right here. And isn't that pretty? If you are doing a black and white and red Christmas, here you go, because this is perfect for gift giving. It's perfect for sitting out as a home decor piece, whatever you want to use. That is absolutely a fabulous way of dressing up your project. So now we are going to do this one. And on this one, she made a smaller flower for me, which is awesome because it is really going to stand out with this graphic 45 paper. And the reason why I'm not putting any of the embellishments up here is because this is where we're going to open and close it. So I don't want the beauty of these flowers to be impacted by opening and closing our project. So let's place some glue on the back of this. And we're going to get this stuck down just like that. And come on guys, y'all have got to admit, this is absolutely fabulous. Look how pretty that is on there. It really does stand out. It pops with the full color of this, and it really is a little statement maker. Let's say you're having a bridal shower and you want something of size, but not too large. This is perfect. This is great for a luncheon. This is great for any type of a tea. So once we get out of this pandemic and COVID, guys, let's get back to having those things and let's start celebrating and being around people. And when we are finally able to get around people again in large groups, let's really do it right and just have a whole bunch of different types of celebratory favors that we give our guests. And this is certainly perfect for that. So I'm going to sit this one to the side and we are going to do the little cutie. Okay, and then she made a smaller one to go on this one. So we're going to take it and place it on this side. So again, I am going to take my Reptile Glue. And guys, I forgot to tell you, I have a Reptile mug and I am wearing a Reptile t-shirt today. My good friends at Reptile Adhesives sent me a mug and a t-shirt. I had no idea it was coming. I opened the mail and there it was. So I am just thrilled because y'all know I love the glue, and then to get merch as well, love that too. So I am going to place some glue right there. And we are going to put this one on this side. And didn't that just make that pop? Do you see how pretty that is? That is so elegant and it screams bridal. So we now have all three of our awesome bags done, and they are dressed up and ready to go out. Aren't those pretty? And these self-closing bags, you don't need to put anything on them unless you want to. Did you hear that pop? That's how you know it's closed. You don't have to worry about putting anything on it. So guys, I hope that you have liked this project, and I hope that it has given you some more ideas on how to use curves and roundness in your crafting. And if you have liked this project, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.